Okay, so this is the first lesson for topic 1, and basically whatever you see me write, you're going to write, okay? So let's get started. We are going to need our lesson title, our header. So what we're writing is lesson 1-1, colon, and it is simplifying expressions and equations. And then it's always good to separate your, your header from everything else. So you can do a nice bolded line, a box. I like to use clouds to really make it stand out, so it's easy to find. Now we're going to start with some examples. So what I'm doing is I'm solving a few problems off the worksheet that you're going to do for practice, okay? We're going to start with number 3, which is 7x minus x. Now, if you remember, there is a coefficient, which is the multiplier in front of the variable. So the coefficient for this term is 7. The coefficient for this one would be a -1. Okay, there's a minus here. So this is the same as saying 7x minus 1x. Well, if we have 7 x's and we take away 1, we get 6x. That's our final answer. We've just simplified those terms, that expression, to one term, 6x, and then we circle it, okay? We always need to make sure that we're circling our final answer in math class. It just makes it stand out easier. Let's do the next one. We're gonna do number 7 from the paper. This one says 9 plus 5r minus 9r. Now, remember, we need to look for like terms. Not everything can be combined, okay? This term is a constant. It doesn't have a variable. This has a variable r, and so does this one, so these can be combined together. If we do 5 minus 9, we get 4r. They both have the r attached still. But it's a negative, right? Because it's 5 minus 9, that's -4. This doesn't have any other terms to combine with, so we just bring that down. Now we want to rewrite this with the term that has the variable first. So we use the commutative property to just switch the order. This is a -4r, so we put that in the front. This is a +9, so we put +9. And then we circle our answer. Both of these are correct, but the proper way to write your final answer is to put the term with the variable first. Okay, let's do number 12. Remember, if I write it, you write it. So every single thing that I have on here, I want you to put on your paper also. Before we continue on, we need to be separating our examples with boxes. Take a moment to do that. This just makes it very nice and organized to see what goes with what. So this one, number 12, is -33v minus 49v. They both are like terms. They both have v for the variable. So now we're going to look at the coefficients, these numbers in front. -33 minus 49. If you remember, they're both negatives, right? That means our answer is going to be negative. So we're basically adding 49 and 33. And we're going to get 82, and it's -82v. Okay, circle it, and we're done. We've simplified it. I want to scroll down to something a bit more complicated. We're going to do number 18. This one says negative 4p minus the quantity 1 minus 6p. Okay, so hopefully you remember learning that if a subtraction sign is in front of the parentheses, that means that this is actually a -1 that we need to distribute. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is rewrite this after applying the -1. Then we're going to combine like terms. So we're going to use the distributive property first because there's parentheses. Okay. Negative 4p gets brought down. We're not doing anything with that yet. We're distributing a -1. So we're going to get -1 because -1 times 1 is -1. -1 times -6p is +6p, right? It turns it to its opposite. Now let's look at what can be combined. This has a p, this has a p. So we're going to put these together. -4 plus 6 is +2. So we have 2p. We don't have any other constants that go with -1, so we just write it at the bottom. And that's it. Let's move over, see if we can get 2 more problems in here. We'll do number 12. Actually, I want to do 17, so we're going to back up one. 17, and then we'll do 22. Okay.
Kaden Robles,
So -8 times -5b. Move this out of the way. Plus 7 plus 5b at the end. So again, we see the parentheses. We want to distribute that number in front first. -8 times -5 is +40. And then -8 times +7 is -56. And then we just bring what's out here down. We're not doing anything with that yet. Shrink this down more. Okay, now we combine like terms. 40b can be combined with 5b to get 45b, and -56 stays the same, and we're done. Remember, as we're going through these, if any of them are kind of confusing, you guys are watching this video, you can pause it, rewatch it, process, make sense of it. If it's still a bit confusing, circle it in your math notebook. Circle the whole problem that you want to discuss in class, and we'll go over it, okay? 22. 1 plus 7 times the quantity 3, whoops, should be minus 3b. Okay, this is not being multiplied times what's in here. It's just the 7. So we bring the 1 down. We don't do anything with that yet. We need to distribute just the 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times -3b is -21b. Okay. 1 plus 7, we can put that together to get 8 and bring the rest down. And remember, our final step is we want the term that is that has the variable written in the front. So we're just going to switch the order, but we need to keep our negative where it belongs. So we have -21b in front and a +8 at the end. So we've just done 6 problems together from the worksheet that you're going to do, and you're going to finish the worksheet for homework if you need to, or an enrichment, or whatever you need to do. Okay, I'll be seeing your notes first thing at the beginning of class.